Today I wanted to do a video kind of like my last lore video where it's kind of the start to finish of creating a family, except for in a long play format where really nothing is cut besides like silences. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to jump right into it because God knows this is going to take me forever. We're going to make the sim who lives in this corner store apartment. So in my save file, this is going to be a residential rental lot. But the corner store section is going to be like a common area so that your Sims can kind of just like go in there and treat it more like a retail lot of types. You won't be able to like buy anything explicitly. Maybe I'll figure out if there's a way to like put like a gameplay item in there. But the goal is it's more vibes. And today we're going to be creating the guy who owns the whole lot, owns all the rentals, and owns the unit above. So this is the corner store. This is what it looks like on the outside, and if you know anything about my save file, you've probably seen this before. If not, no worries. We're just going to be making a sim kind of start to finish. This is the unit that he's going to own, and then he's going to live in this upstairs right here. So how it kind of works is Sims will go up these stairs, and then this is like a lobby for the two upstairs apartments. So this is going to be his front door. And then his bedroom, I forget, that's going to have to be like a bathroom. Yeah, his bathroom is a diagonal. That'll be interesting. And then a closet / water heater space. Kind of depends. I'm not quite sure how I want to do it in this unit because this is this whole other apartment. And then there's also this downstairs that I have not separated out at all. And yeah, I think I want to start with this unit in here. My idea for these apartments is that they're not super like done up or nice particularly, and I think along this wall is a good place to do a kitchen. So I'm just gonna like start placing things and just kind of see where it goes. I don't know if I want it to be like completely run down and like crummy, especially in like his apartment. Like surely he would do something somewhat nice. And the reason I'm not starting in CAS is because CAS takes forever for me. And I tend to just really, like, the wind gets completely sucked out of my sails when I do CAS. So I knew it wasn't going to be a good option for the beginning of this long play. And I also find that I get most of my ideas for my Sims and the type of person that they are from build mode more than I do CAS. So I don't know. I feel like I learn more about the sim through exploring their hobbies, their living environment, the type of things that would just be in their home. So I don't know. That's kind of my reasoning for that. This vent is a little bit problematic though. We might have to like lift. I don't know. Hopefully that's like fine. And then actually I feel like the stove would be like there. And then the sink, I always like putting the sink in front of a window. It's just like a habit for me. I don't know. I feel like most people have a sink in front of their window. I do. I think most people do. Unless it's like on an island or something. But in that case, it's like way more bougie than I feel like this apartment is. Which I don't know if I'm going to stick with this. I'm just kind of like starting somewhere. Because I know the type of person I am and I know that I take forever. So we're just starting. And then if I want to replace this with like a different style, I obviously can. I also like completely set a timer for myself to kind of keep track of how long I'm taking to kind of get myself to like hurry it along a little bit. My previous long play kind of ended up getting just scrapped because I ended up with so much footage that started in like January, and I was talking about things like my New Year's resolution, and I just didn't age very well. So I was like, screw it, we're just gonna start over, do a brand new kind of build / sim / lore for an actual long play that I release. So for layout, I think we got this like big hallway area. It's kind of awkwardly big. We might stick like a desk over here or maybe like a bike or something to kind of go in this hallway to kind of fill the space. It's big enough that it feels awkward without it. This area, I feel like the dining room, honestly, dining chair, table would just be like right in here. So once again, placeholder stuff, do not fret. We're just getting the layout down. I don't think it'll be like a super nice like apartment by any means, so don't get your hopes too high, but definitely don't like freak. We're gonna change up some stuff. I said I'm just like picking stuff, and then I'm like being indecisive about which couch to pick. So we kind of have two options. We could do a couch facing kind of like this way, or I think better is if the couch faces this way and then the TV is kind of like here, which I hate TVs in this game. I never give my Sims TVs because it is my pet peeve when they use the TV that I give them. I don't know why. I just like despise it when they just sit there and watch TV. I find it just be so boring. But yeah, I think it would like kind of peek out from the wall in this kind of like awkward, not ideal way. This is going to be an issue because it's on this diagonal, which we do have that home decorator counter. Not this one. It must be the other one. One of them comes in like a diagonal, no? Am I thinking of like the rounded corner? Okay, that one's round. Is it this one? Okay, am I losing it? There's like a diagonal version of one of these types of counters. Is it this? Yeah, this one. Okay, so if we do like this, it can actually fit in this diagonal maybe? This is like a really weird layout though. But then we could do like a sink. But then it's just, is that just like too weird? And then there's not enough space for like a shower. Although it could be the type of bathroom where the shower, like it's a whole wet room and the shower is just like one of these. I think that might have to be the case. Or alternatively, it's a standing shower. It goes in like this corner. Sink still goes there. We could even kind of maybe push it directly into this corner. And we could do a toilet on this wall. Maybe a bit odd, but I feel like it could definitely work. I might have to get a sim in here to playtest. I kind of want this one to also be shorter. Oh, and it has like a little hand towel. Oh, but it's like the wrong side. I would need it to be... And then that's like weird for it to be like this. But like maybe not. Like maybe it's books for him to read while he's like on the toilet. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's not odd. There is like this weird space there, but I don't know. This is the shape bathroom you got. This is what you know, are working with. I also like how I'm acting like I'm not the one who made the bathroom on a diagonal like this. I think this could potentially work. We might have to, like I said, get a sim to test that out. But I think that the bathroom can be like a full workable bathroom. And then obviously that would be his bedroom, which I don't even think I need to do a layout for. It's pretty easy. Either a bed on this wall or a bed on this wall with some space for like a dresser and other stuff. I do think I'm going to do that as a water heater. So I'm just going to pull the water heater out really quick. And this room doesn't have a door, so we'd need another door like right there for the water heater room. Which the water heater room in an apartment, I don't know, I had one. Some people like store stuff in there. You are not meant to do that, but I will say that it was a little bit of like a waste of space whenever I would like look at the water heater closet. I'd be like, God, I wish that was just a normal closet because that would be so useful. Right. I'm looking at colors of this. I don't know how nice to do this guy's apartment. We could just do like these counters because I feel like we cannot have really nice counters in the bathroom and then like these counters in the kitchen. And it makes sense if his unit is like slightly nicer because he's the landlord and presumably he's the one making all this money. I know I just placed all this, sorry. Probably upsetting to watch me delete all of it, but we're just gonna delete the counters and then replace them with like these. And I think it just makes sense for the counters to kind of match. I don't know in reality if people always have like matching counters with their what's that called? Your bathroom counters. They're both counters, but I am gonna go with it because I think it is. Oh. Wait, does this mean there's plates in the bathroom? There's plates in the bathroom. Oh no. This is horrible news for me. Well, maybe I could like alt place like a towel. This is probably like the most uncohesive way to begin a build ever. But as I always say, my like build style flow, the way that I do these kind of videos is not in any type of like sensical order. I'm just not built that way to like sit down and nicely do something all at one time. I'm just not that type of person. I very much am the type of person where I'm going to just float around and kind of do like whatever I want. So that is what we're gonna do. Okay, that's actually not bad. That disguises like the plates, so it's not like weird and like, oh, why are there plates in his cupboard? You know what I mean? And then we can also change it to be this color, which is what his kitchen is going to be, which I feel like the brown is a little bit less like nicely decorated, which I think is good. Maybe I should have done a different color other than pink though. Maybe like a dark blue. I don't know. We can always change it later. As I was just saying, my mechanism for furnishing and building in these types of videos is not an exact science. Okay, so we're gonna replace this. And I do think I want like a full one there. And we'll do the upper ones as well. So let's pull the counter and get the cabinet attached to it. I guess I can just filter. I always resist like just filtering because it feels like it takes longer, but then it objectively does not for the amount of time it takes for me to like scroll through 8 times. Okay, so yeah, there's this one. So why would they do this to me? So we could do like some of these. And even like that is better. This is what the base one should have been. This should have been an accessory one. Like what is the Sims team thinking? Okay, whatever. Right, we can just get some variety in here. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's pull this up there. Obviously, he's gonna have like a shorter cabinet above whatever stove we pick. I do still like the idea of like a more rundown stove. I'm not quite sure how this is all gonna come together. And then I want like a corner piece. And this will be the hard part because then we'll have to adjust. Like what? Wait, what? Why is there... Oh, is it like the hinges? Interesting. We can like almost fit a full cabinet, but we really can't. So with it that much lifted, how stupid does it look? Pretty freaking stupid. Okay, I don't feel like I should lift those ones. We could just lower the vent, actually. Uh-oh, not like that. Like there? Wait, what? No. There. Yeah. Or we place it more next to the door, but no, I think I like it better like there. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Then we don't have to do all this weird like all placing and everything can just be kind of more, quote, normal snapping. Besides the fact that I have to manually place all that stuff. And then we'll do this guy with a sink. Pull out the sink. I love to build. This is the funnest part for me is the building. If I could do like way less casts and way more building, I think I would. Yeah, I do think I'm gonna go for like the more cruddy stuff. I'm even tempted to do like the beige. There's no good matching sink for that though. I think that is what we have to do. Oh, and a fridge. Oh my god. I'm not normally the type of person who forgets a fridge. That's surprising to me that I almost completely forgot one. So we could do like a beige but nicer fridge there. And then honestly, that solves this like weird corner thing because then if I just stick like a trash can over here, then like I don't even have to think about the fact that there's just a weird corner anymore because we could just stick like a lamp or like a plant in that corner. In fact, I do really want a lamp there now that I'm looking at it. I don't know what design style I'm really doing. I do have an idea for the character. So this is going to be Tucker's rival. So he is the owner of this corner store and like I said, this whole lot. And him and Tuck, I should start calling him Tuck because he actually likes to be called Tuck. And I keep I keep long naming him, which I hate when people try and long name me. Like all day, every day, everyone at work asks me like, "Oh, is your name short for something?" And like, "No, it's just Ash." And I hate that question. So I'm honestly being kind of phobic towards my sim. But the sim who owns this laundromat right next door and him have like a frenemies type of dynamic. And I totally stole that from someone in my comment section. So huge kudos to them. Thank you so much. I'm just going to be taking your ideas. The commenters are carrying the lore for the save file. Honestly, like, it's just, the ideas are too good to pass up. Like, someone will say something, and I'm just like, I can't not do that because it's just such a good idea. Like, it would just be just so much of a waste of the idea if I didn't do it. And then, of course, after it's, like, been said to me, it's just, like, it's in the back of my brain, and I can't, like, disengage from that idea and think of anything else. So I just like kind of have to do it. But I don't think that's like a bad thing because I think that the ideas are really good. Anyways, they're frenemies. We're like, they're kind of rivals, but like they're also kind of not really rivals. Like they're kind of friends, especially I think when Tuck is like living next door more often, because the backstory, if you don't know on Tuck, is that him and his wife do not have a very good relationship at all. And so he spends a lot of time actually living above the laundromat itself. And he doesn't live at home a whole lot. And so I think that these two would end up spending a lot of time together because Tuck would just be around all the time to avoid his like weird home life situation. And so I think that these two, I do kind of want to use this rug. I never use this rug. I always want to. Maybe this is our opportunity to use it, is in this build. Sorry, I downloaded a bunch of new CC before this. I'm going to try not to use a bunch of CC, but I did download like a ton of brand new CC. I had like this empty feeling in my heart and I went, you know what will fix this is CC shopping. That will fix me. And so then I just went on a big CC shopping spree. I wasn't even at like my desktop either when I was on this shopping spree. I kind of like this chair, was in bed, laying in bed in the middle of the night, just on Tumblr, reblogging stuff to my CC find so I can download it later. Which, I don't know if you guys ever feel like that, where you have like a hole in your heart that you normally maybe would fill with like shopping, but you can't shop because that's irresponsible with your money. So instead, you buy things in The Sims, but you don't buy them because they're free, because they're custom content. Okay, maybe this will look good right in the middle there with like possibly this kind of chair. I honestly cannot tell if this is working, if this is looking like the right amount of like rundown apartment, but like he's the landlord, so it's like a little bit nicer than everyone else's. I don't know if this is the correct vibes whatsoever. Maybe the couch is the thing, throwing the vibes off the like lime neon green couch. My mom just texted me asking me about like colors for her room, and so exciting to me. I love to pick colors so much. It's like, I don't know, an extension of my love for building The Sims is in real life. I do enjoy kind of getting to pick out colors and stuff like that. I wonder if like this would work if I like, and then for color, I kind of liked that beige. It keeps with the beige, but maybe the darker gray. Is this a little bit too like, I don't know. This is a single man. I don't want it to look too much like a woman lives there. I feel like curtains maybe. Not to stereotype, okay? Not to stereotype, but just generally the type of guy that I'm also thinking of too. Like, I'm not thinking of like a cool guy. Ooh, compact bar. Wait, that could actually be really cool for this spot. Yeah, just so we're on the same page. I'm not thinking of the type of guy who would be like, oh yeah, you know, I must do whatever to my home to make it pretty. We're talking about the type of guy where it's strictly utility. He's moving in and you know, this is what we got. I don't know that super fits there. I wish we had the compact bar in like other flavors than this. I want like, well, this is gonna sound stupid, but I want this cabinet, but like this. But this one's too like pretty and this one's too like nice. I just want like a more plain one or maybe more run down looking one. I do think that this vibe is good so far. I wonder if we could get a color on the wall. Maybe like, okay, here it is. This is the one that I was thinking of. Like we could do like a dark blue. I don't know that that necessarily works for the kitchen, but maybe in like the living room, maybe he cares enough to paint the living area, although it doesn't quite work because this is clearly so much nicer than this, and the bad baseboards would still be there. Unfortunate. Okay. Oh, I don't think I finished talking about the type of guy he is. So, single guy, lives on his own, has like this rivalry with his best friend where they like kind of don't like each other, but also like he's kind of his best friend because that's like the closest person that he knows is like this other man's who lives across the street. And yeah, they have this like friendship. I was coming up with like various ideas for like what caused the beginning of their, you know, non-friendship friendship, where like what caused them to initially even have beef with each other to begin with. And I came up with like something to do with like Tucker's wife. Maybe there's some drama there. Maybe they both liked the same woman back in the day. But then I was like, I don't really want their beef with each other to be centered around a woman. It feels a bit stereotypical and like kind of like an overdone storyline. And so then I was thinking about like other things that could be, ooh, we could do this blue. Wait, I like this chair. Okay, we're gonna do this chair. And then a love seat. The design style, I'm just winging it. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm just mixing and matching whatever I feel like, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, so like I said, not super trying to like center it around like a beef over a woman. It just feels overdone. And I was thinking about stuff that they could have, you know, argued over in the past or disagreed upon. And I was thinking about kind of like business rivalry stuff because obviously like they, you know, live right next to each other. But I feel like a corner store doesn't really compete with like a laundromat at all. And so like that wouldn't make sense for like why they would have beef. And that is like a little bit of a sticking point where I got a bit stuck trying to come up with like why these two just like kind of don't like each other. Hopefully throughout making this sim and, you know, his home and stuff, maybe that will become a bit more clear to me. Sometimes that happens where like some ideas kind of come to me as I'm making the sim or whatever. So we're gonna hope that that's what happens. Okay, I kind of like this one. I'm like worried this is giving too like trendy. It is a big sofa and I was kind of wanting a love seat. We could also do like the leather one. I feel like the leather one kind of works for like his vibes, is like sofa. I feel like it also is just too, it needs to be like shoved into the corner. And this chair needs to be like there. For sure. I just like that the orange from this kind of tied in nice with that. But I don't know that it's super working. We could pick out another color. Ooh, we could do this dark blue. And then we could do a different color here. Which I kind of don't like this chair then. Hang on. New chair time. Let's figure out another chair. But yeah, so that's kind of where I got with their interpersonal beef. So my other idea for this guy was that he was Slavic, and specifically I was thinking from Slovakia. So that is kind of his background and like where he's kind of coming from. But I think that he would have been in the area for a really long time. I don't know if he would have been specifically in Willow Creek for a long time. I suppose it would make sense if he was for a long time just because of you know, him and Tucker Tucker has been in the town forever. It would make sense if, you know, his frenemy, just for the story, was also around for like that whole time. So maybe his parents immigrated when he was quite young to Willow Creek and he's been living here kind of ever since. Maybe that's the vibe. He doesn't have any living family. And he also doesn't have a partner, like I said, or any type of kids right now. Maybe that will change. Okay, I'm like worried about this rug conflicting with any other rug that I kind of put down. Maybe a rug is like too elevated, too nice. But this looks too like wood tone-y. You get what I mean? And we could do like that, and then it would still be brown, but like less brown, as in wood tone brown, and more just brown. Oh, I like this one. Okay, we'll do that. Like I said, I don't know. We're kind of playing it by ear and just figuring it out as we go. If I decide I don't like anything, which is entirely possible, I'm the type of person who loves to kind of start things over like 8 million times. So there is totally a reality where I decide, you know what, this is not what I like at all, and we are gonna just pivot. I do want this to be like up here, but like turned, but it won't let me. I just want it to be like slightly like that. Yeah, I think that's nice. I do think that getting rid of the lighting and kind of leaning into more of these type of lights will help. So I do need a little table lamp by this TV. I don't know how many floor lamps in a room is too much, because also like that's calling for a floor lamp, but there's a floor lamp right there, so we just can't. But I like the floor lamp there a lot. Maybe it does have to be like in front of this window. And then we could do, you know what I love to do? My secret like thing that I just adore in this game. For some reason, I don't know why, I love putting lamps, like table lamps, in the kitchen. I don't know. Don't ask me. It's like, I've never been in a house that does this, but it just looks so good in The Sims. Like, maybe to bring in some of the rundown vibes, we could do like this weird cracked lamp. And we'll probably just do it in like that color. Honestly, I kind of want to put it like on top of his fridge. Like, there. Is that strange? Is this too many lamps too close together? I don't know. I'm a big anti-big light person, as is most of the world. I don't think that's a monumental opinion that I hold. I do really like putting a lot of like ambient lighting down in this game, because I feel like when we overlight it, it takes away some of the beauty of like the graphics of this game, because a lot of people say this game is really ugly, and I think it definitely is not the greatest graphics ever, but I do think it shines and has its moments that are good. I do think that. Maybe we do the broken down lamp over here next to the TV, and then we just do like a good independent ceiling light over this. Like, I've been really liking this one. I think we'll do that in just like a dark color. I don't want it to look too nice. I'm worried this is looking too nice. I want it to be simple and like run down, but like he does have some money, so it wouldn't be like a pigsty, or would it be? No, I think he's very clean cut. Like, I do really love the light coming in from the windows. Okay, I think that's like a good base. We'll come in and we'll clutter some stuff more. I do want to get a light for over in this hallway, and then I want to start decorating the hallway. I think I'm just going to go for one of these, a classic. I always use this lamp. And then maybe another floor lamp over here, like in like that corner. Hang on, wait. So if I take away this, how does it look? That's like way too fancy. Although maybe if there's like a plain swatch, there isn't. I was gonna say, if there's like a wood tone with just like a white shade, it might be like something he'd find at like a garage sale. We could do like this lamp, like beaten up weird one in the corner, or we could just do, this is like another go-to. I also really love this lamp. I use it a lot, but I feel like it really works. And then we'll put this one in here, and then I am gonna shift click. And this is a mod that I have. You can tell it's a mod because it's like kind of broken, but I have a mod that allows you to kind of change the the lighting in Build, which is super useful for me to not have to pull an entire sim in order to fiddle with all that stuff. And then this light will be nice and easy. It's just going to be a freaking light bulb. I'm just going to do this light bulb from Laundry Day. It is the go-to. And I do think I'm just going to keep like the default concrete and just make it like black. That's too dark. Okay, maybe I'm not keeping the default. I'll do, this one is like meant to be gravel, but doesn't that look like rock to you? I don't know. That just looks like subfloor or whatever else. And then I kind of want just like a grimy wall, which I feel like we got some like plain grime walls. We could just do like one of these situations with the baseboard. I guess that kind of makes the most sense there. And I am gonna also shift click on this light and like dim it way down. I think this guy's gonna have a pretty dim apartment. I don't know. He just gives me dim apartment vibes. Like, likes to sit more in the dark. Maybe that's like mean. I don't think it's necessarily that. I just think it like makes it look a little bit less perfect if it's dimmer. Like, doesn't it give more like rundown vibes? And so it kind of makes the counters and like this whole setup just make a little bit more sense with the vibes. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Let's do the entryway. So we're gonna have to get some like shoes and also like a thermometer for the doorway. I always use like a similar set of objects whenever I build. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I have stuff that I just like to use that I'm more comfortable with, or just stuff that I reach for all the time because I just think it's like realistic. But then I have to like over and over find it. And I have half a mind to be like, well, what if one day I like went through and I pulled out the objects that I use and I like save them to my gallery by like type of thing. Because now there's so much in our build catalog that I truly struggle to find the stuff that I'm looking for, which I can do this with Better Build By, which does help to make it like big like this, but still it's like so much stuff. Like, for example, I'm always looking, this is a piece of custom content, but there's a base game item that's like this with the stacked canvases. Like, I'm always struggling to find like studio stuff. And so if I just made a room to save to my gallery of like studio things, I think that would help me a lot. Or if I made a room that was like foyer and I put in it like this item, I tend to put the phone and keys item in foyers. I'm going to pull it out just so we have it. But there's like a shoes rack and I can never find it. I never know where it is. There's bicycles, which like that's pretty easy to get to, which I think I am going to give this guy a bike just because it feels like it would just fit really well in this like kind of big hallway. Yeah, I just feel like it looks nice in a foyer to put a bike. And then what else? Oh, we probably need like a welcome mat of types. So let's do, honestly, maybe this is weird and it doesn't really fit with the vibes, but I really like this like grid one for some reason. I don't know why. I think I am going to keep it. And then I am going to pull one of these same chairs. Maybe like the same chair, maybe it was like in this dining room set and he just pulled it into the foyer to kind of put in this corner. I still want like a shoe rack for right there, but the chair is somewhere where he can sit to put his shoes on type of vibe before he goes downstairs to work. Maybe if I type in shoes. I always am resistant to searching for some reason as well, but yep, it's right here. I don't know why I'm so resistant. I shouldn't be. I should just search when I need to search. We're gonna do this one, which this is like always the one that I use, like literally all the time. And then we also have that item that has like the letters and stuff. Okay, so I kind of feel like this looks really nice. And then there was a little bit like heavy to one side, so I moved the lamp over into this corner, which I think really helped it feel more, balanced and a little bit less uneven. Like everything was kind of on this like little L and nothing was in this L. Oh, that's weird. Look at how like the floorboards change when I highlight different stuff. That's so strange. Okay. And to kind of break the fourth wall a little bit, I am pre-recording this pretty significantly. Oh my god, hi Watson. Sorry, my cat had something to say about that. I'm pre-recording pretty significantly. I'm pre-recording this like right after, not right after, like a week or so after Sunrise on the Reaping has come out. It's been a couple of days, maybe not even a week, but Sunrise on the Reaping came out, which I'm gonna try not to blab about books too much because I know that like people, you know, are kind of split on if they like the book talk or they don't like the book talk, but ooh, this is new. I haven't seen this one yet. But yeah, so I have acquired Sunrise on the Reaping, which I was a little bit upset about because I really like paperbacks. I'm not a very big hardcover type of person. I find that reading hardcovers is just like kind of hard on my hands. I have like nerve pain, so on and so forth. And so I tend to really gravitate to like paperbacks. I think this bed fits the vibes of the apartment. And they obviously do not come out with a paperback when they release a book. Usually, a book will be like, oh, we release in a paperback approximately a year after the hardcover comes out. And so if I wanted to read this book in a timely manner, I had to buy it in hardcover. You might be like, oh, you don't have to buy it. You can get on a library waitlist. He said, screw your story, talk about me instead. I could have definitely gotten on a library waitlist, and in fact, I did. I was sitting, refreshing daily. I would go and check my library's like page to see if they had already placed an order for Sunrise on the Reaping so that I could be like one of the first people on the list because I knew it was going to have like a super long list. And I swear to you, I would check every single day, and then finally one day it was there, and it was already like 89th place in the holds list. They bought like, I don't know, they bought a ton of copies, right? They didn't buy just like one copy, they bought like a ton of copies. And then I still was gonna have to wait 6 months for the book, and I swear to you that I saw it get posted the same day that I placed the hold. Like, that's how many people placed holds on it, like, that quickly. And so I knew that if there was any way that I wanted to avoid spoilers, I was gonna have to read it like pretty much as soon as it came out. And then I was also gonna have to probably just buy it myself because there's no way I was gonna wait for my library to get it to me because it just wasn't gonna work. Time-wise, spoilers-wise, it wasn't gonna work. And how right I was about this spoilers thing, because can I just say that people are not being polite and tight-lipped about this. I don't know if you don't care about reading, but if you care about any other type of media, like, I understand some people don't care about spoilers. In most instances, I am not someone who's like a super big stickler about spoilers. Like, I normally don't really care. If I'm still interested in something, I'm probably still going to be interested in it, whether you tell me, you know, something that happens in the plot or not. So I'm not normally like super, if you spoil this for me, you're dead to me type of person. Like, I'm not normally like that, but this is different to me. I don't know why. I just reread the Hunger Games trilogy. I just like read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes for the first time. I'm struggling with the rug for this room. Sorry, you're like watching me struggle. I'm just gonna move on really quick while we continue my discussion about stupid people and stupid Sunrise. But yeah, I care deeply about Sunrise on the Reaping to the point where I'm like, I don't want anyone to tell me literally anything. And I feel comfortable talking about this in this video because I know that by the time this gets posted, because I'm pre-recording, that I will have finished it already. So if anyone tries to be mean to me in the comments and spoil it, it won't work. I will have already read it. But anyways, I hate people because I was intentionally trying to avoid getting spoiled, and I bought the book. I bought it from a local bookstore. I always try and do that. And I brought it with me to work the next day because I close a lot of times at work. I'm a cashier, if you don't know. And so I'll be sitting at my register, and I'm not allowed to like leave my station to like go, you know, clean or do anything else. Like, I kind of just have to stand there. And so if it's like a slower night, like, there's only really like so much I can do. And so sometimes I'll bring a book and I'll like read what I can, which I never really can read a lot because most of the time I'm like busy, you know, checking people out or cleaning. You know, I have other duties that I need to, but at a certain point, if it's like that quiet, you run out of stuff to do. And so I'll bring a book, right? And I'm reading this book And this guy gets in my line, and I, had just started the book. Like, I literally bought it the day before. I didn't start it that night at all. Like, I literally brought it. I was on page 6 of this book, and I'm on page 6, and this guy gets in my line, and he's like, oh, what are you reading? And I'm like, oh, it's the new Hunger Games. And this guy's like on FaceTime. A lot of people will check out like on the phone with people. I don't really get why. That would stress me out personally if I was checking out in a lane and then also like actively having a conversation with somebody. Seems like a lot, but you do you. And he's like, oh, my partner, the person on the phone, wants to know if you've gotten to the part where blank, blank, blank happens. And I'm like, no, I'm on page 6. I just started it. And he just goes, oh. I was like, he just spoiled something that happened in the book for me. Like, how rude of you. Like, what do you mean? And I cannot believe that that happened in real life. I thought that the things I was gonna have to shield myself from were like the internet and the internet telling me stuff about the book, because I know that like not a lot of people in the like real life realm super care about reading. Like, there's a little cohort of us who do, and there's not a whole ton of people who like avidly read anymore, just like in the internet age and stuff. I don't say that to be like holier than thou or anything. I do think that that's just kind of true. And I still somehow got spoiled, and oh my god, it was so devastating when he said that to me. I was like, are you kidding right now? Like, really? Like, you're seriously going to, like, in real life, spoil something like this for me? Like, the most important thing. I've been so excited for this. Unironically so excited. Oh my god. It was truly just the most devastating thing to just have this man just, like, with no remorse, just be like, oh, have you gotten to the part where I have never been more upset with a man in my life than that moment. And then later, another coworker I have, who this person and I, like, he's fine. He was just joking around, but he was like, I can't believe you still read that stuff. And I was like, this just came out. What do you mean still read this stuff? I read adult fiction otherwise. It's just so happens that this book just came out. Like, why am I getting so much crap for trying to just read Sunrise on the Reaping? Everyone leave me alone. This is, like, my special day. This is important to me. Like, what's going on here? So, I don't know. If you have read it, please let me know how you like it. And I do ask if you have finished it and you are not like the most evil type of person ever, to not leave spoilers in the comments below, just in case there's people who want to read the comment section who maybe have not finished it. I want this comments to be a safe space for them. And I will tell those people, if I do see any spoilers, I will do my best to try and maybe delete them for you, because I just know how important this was to me, that I was like genuinely so upset that people spoiled it for me. So I will try and make my comments like a safe space to not, get spoilers for you. And so also, if you comment spoilers and then you're like, why did my comment get deleted? It's not because I hate you. In fact, I probably liked your comment and I liked your thoughts. It's just I'm trying to protect other people from the spoilers, which, like I said, normally I do not care about spoilers. I don't know what it is about this book release. It's important to me, and I understand, because of how important it is to me, that it is very important to other people as well. So my whole big long Sunrise on the Reaping tangent. And I bought some other books at the bookstore as well. I bought Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green, which, so excited. Are we surprised? I used to be a nerd fighter when I was a teenager. I say that like I'm like not now. I don't know. Something in my brain, it just feels like something that you are when you're a kid and maybe you stop being when you're older. But I don't really think that that's how that works at all. I don't think that you age out of being a fan of the Green Brothers. I think that they are just an insanely, like, good set of people doing amazing things on the internet. And I know, like, not to put your stars on pedestals and all that, but I can't help it with those two because of just how long I've been watching them and how long they've survived, compared to, some of the horrible people that have just slowly been revealed over time. It's like they're, in some ways, the last remaining. Maybe I just put some, like, cleaning supplies in here. Is that weird? No, I'm not gonna, because I need cleaning supplies for, like, in here. I'll put it, like, there. And then maybe I'll put some like storage bins in this one. Like, you know that thing you need to for seasons? It's like in like this category, the indoor activities. Well, it would help if I turned off laundry day. Ooh, I got a CC version that's boxes. Maybe I use this. I know I always try not to use CC in this game, but like, come on. Come on, we should have this. But yeah, I got Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green, which I'm very excited to read. I haven't read it yet. I'm trying to like, I don't know. Maybe we do another one of these chairs so it's like a set of 4. Is that too much of this chair? 3 makes less sense than 4, right? Like, we could just put another one of these in there, and then we could maybe like squeeze this door into the corner. I still don't know if this is like a usable bathroom or not. I'm gonna try to stick just like a chair in. Maybe I should have done like a lamp, but we have another lamp right there. It feels like too many lamps. The lamp feels like it needs to go like in that corner. I also got All About Love by Bell Hooks, which is another book that I've been wanting for a while. I love feminist literature. That is not a surprise to literally anyone if you've ever heard me talk about literally anything in my life. I think I give off the type of vibe of like somebody who screams like cringe SJW. So yeah, not surprising to anyone, but I was excited to get it just because I haven't read that one. I read Feminism is for Everyone in college, and I thought it was amazing. And a lot of Bell Hooks' work is like referenced in other literature, and so I think it's like a good backdrop. Almost sounds like I'm undermining like how important of a book it is, but like backdrop, for lack of a better word, of like just understanding, you know, queer and feminist theory and stuff, which I, as I said, super love. So I got that, and then I also got this book called Night Bitch, which I don't know if I'm gonna like it because it's about a mom who has this kid, and well, obviously she has a kid, she's a mom, but she has this kid, and then she starts like experiencing symptoms that lead her to believe that she is a like werewolf, and it's about that. I don't know. I mainly just really liked the cover, and so I picked it up and I went, I'm gonna give this a try. Okay, I'm gonna put the mirror right there. This room like definitely needs something else, and it probably also definitely needs a rug. So let me look around for a rug that will fit this room. I'm kind of thinking just like a really plain one because I think anything more complicated might start to elevate it to look like too nice. Like I literally think just like that. Which, this is a really gray room. Does that really, like, not suit the vibes? Like, or would this man just, like, have a completely gray room? Like, he might just have a completely just gray room, you know? Like, that's pretty nice. I don't know, what else do you put in a guy's room? He needs hobbies, for sure. I think next we clutter everything up and then give him hobbies, and then the house will be pretty done, besides the fact that I need to playtest this bathroom. I'm pretty confident everything in here will work. I also just don't like the way the bathroom looks, though, if I'm being real. Like, I feel like this looks a lot nicer, but the tile feels more real. But then I think it's the shower, honestly, that's giving me the issue. I wonder if there's like a more old-looking shower. I have like this. There's this one with these tiles. Maybe I do this with the tiles. I don't love it either. I fear I don't like any of the... I try to say one-piece shower. That's not quite right. But it's not quite wrong either. They're all just too nice looking. Like, I kind of want one with, like, curtains like this, but this is giving just so block. It's just insanely blocky and, like, weird. I wish it was almost like a curtain that's, like, a U shape. Do you get what I mean? Or, like, this style curtain, but instead of, like, a wood box, I want it to be, like, a little L and the curtain is on a curve. That's what I want. I should stop coming up with things that I want in this game and just make do with the things that I already have. Because now I'm just not going to settle for anything other than the thing that I want. But when the thing you want isn't in the game, you can't necessarily do that, especially when you're not like wanting to use a ton of CC. So like, yeah, you just gotta make do. I think I just gotta make do with this, but something is off in here, and I really am having such a hard time placing like what? Maybe it's the toilet? A different John in here? Well, that, like a wood accessory one? Like where the lid is like a, okay, well that one doesn't have that. Maybe like this one? Is this better? I think maybe it's the flooring, which I feel like the flooring super works in the kitchen. Something about it super doesn't work in this bathroom. Maybe if I pair it with like a tile. I don't know. Don't ask me. We're just gonna move on. I'm gonna clutter everything up and that will help surely. But yeah, so that's kind of my book situation at the moment, as I bought a bunch of stuff to read. I have a bunch of other stuff on hold that I need to pick up from the library. I think some of it actually came in today. I placed a hold on like 3 items, which is so stupid because I have so much stuff to read right now that like the last thing I need is to be like making more like work for myself and like books to get through, because I also don't like rushing myself through my reading either. Like I appreciate when I get to have like a little bit more time with something, because I'm not a fast reader. I'm very slow actually. And so I struggle a lot when I feel like other people read so quickly, especially with like Sunrise, and like I don't want to get spoiled, so I want to read as fast as everyone, and then people are texting me being like, how far are you through Sunrise? And I'm like, I'm 10 pages in and I don't want to be spoiled, and it's just so much pressure. I want like to talk about all these books. Ooh, I like this. I needed like a small one of these for in here. Do I do it like over here? I want it to put his like phone on. That's why I wanted this thing, was for like a little drop spot. Does that feel a bit random though, for it to not just be like right by the door? Because I could also just put it like there. But yeah, so I feel an immense pressure to be moving somewhat quickly through my TBR, and I know that that's like dumb and completely like a made up pressure, you know, not necessarily my brain, but just kind of like externally motivated, especially with like TikTok and like book talk and this kind of idea of like some people read really quickly, and nothing is wrong with that, but I do think that there's like this emphasis on like reading a ton, and then I think it can kind of put pressure on people to feel like they're reading way too slowly or something like that. And I also just think maybe he has glasses. I always love to make my Sims have glasses. What was I even saying? I interrupted myself and then now I lost my train of thought already. You know what I do need is one of these in here. There's gonna be no laundry, like way to wash your laundry on this lot, because you have to go to the laundromat because he has to go and see his boyfriend. Wait, did I say boyfriend? I meant his friend and me. I totally thought about having them have like a maybe somewhat gay relationship, and honestly that's still not off the table. They could have a somewhat gay relationship. I don't know that, you know, they do or they don't. It's not like I'm God. Oh, I feel like there's this pressure to, you know, read really quickly, and I think there's nothing wrong with reading really fast, and also the pressure to read so fast, it does kind of get to me and make me feel a little bit inferior when I can't keep up. Like some of my favorite creators are people who churn through books like nobody's business, like people who seemingly, you know, weekly can read like 5 books, and I do not understand it. I'm not built in that type of way. On average, take like 15 days to read like 1 book, and that, you know, mostly works for me. And sometimes I go through a book way faster. And I don't know, I've tried to like curb my phone usage in order to kind of help with that, and that did help for a little bit, and then I started using my phone again, which is my own freaking fault, and I need to get back off my phone. But even if I'm like off my phone reading a bunch, I still just don't go through books like quite as fast as I feel like a lot of people do. And it's made up in my head, but I just like, there's so much literature out there that I want to read, and it's so sad to think that there's stuff that maybe I won't like get to in my lifetime. I say maybe, definitely won't. Like there's no way, no matter how much I read, that I could read everything that every author has to offer. Like, that's just not feasible and not reality. But at the same time, it's like, it's so sad and like startling to be like knowing or feeling like you're gonna miss something. Like, that's just like I think about all the time about how like my favorite author is out there and I just haven't read them yet. Like, how scary is that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just like being me and thinking like way too deep about it. I probably am thinking too deep about it because before I got back into reading, I did have the thought about like, if I read too many things, then the stuff that I have read, I literally was thinking this. I was like, the stuff that I have read will be less special. I'm like, no, that's stupid. Like, it was that, but that was literally like the train of thought that I had about it was like, I don't want to read too much because then, you know, the stuff that I have read will be less special. It's like so stupid. And so I probably need to also reframe my thinking on missing stuff in literature. Because I think if anything, it's just going to prevent me from like enjoying the things that I do have. Should this guy have a cat? Is he like a cat guy? I think he is. What are all these? What? I've never seen that before. But yeah, I think this guy is definitely a cat guy. And I'm going to get him like a couple of cat things for his house. Just be really cute if he has like a little animal that he takes care of. So I'm going to put like an automatic feeder in this corner. Possibly. It's like a little bit too bright of a blue. I guess I could like take it out and I could put whatever I wanted in there, which my option is like this one. This is like less bright. Oh, I like the orange. And then he needs like a litter box and a place to nap for said cat. So he might even have room for like a whole big cat tree in here. Potentially, like in front of this window. Oh, I might have to rearrange the room around the cat. But you know what? That's not unrealistic. I think that you totally could, in real life, arrange your room around your cat. And this room is pretty big. I feel like it's totally plausible. I just have to kind of figure it out with my brain a little bit. So what if we put the dresser? Maybe he can't have a whole cat tree, but I want an entire cat tree. Maybe if he has the whole cat tree in the living room, there's like less space for the cat to look outside, but the cat could still theoretically look out that window, which is why I want the cat trees, like particularly to like look out the window. I kind of want this object, but just like one smaller, because this is the like real size of a cat tree. A cat tree, this is like huge. Like a cat tree the same, like bigger than your kitchen table. Like what? But it won't work right if I size it down. But this is more accurate. I feel like this is like too much. Maybe we do just do like one of these plain simple ones, and then in like that kind of color. Yeah, I think that is what I do. And then maybe I kind of center this more towards the door, and then we do get rid of the weird chair. Maybe no extra. Maybe he does. Maybe he lost one in a move at some point. I don't know. And then I did also want the place for the cat to sleep to be in the bedroom though, which makes this all incredibly difficult. But I guess we could put it in like the living room. Maybe there's a cat bed like over there, or there's no cat bed. I mean, I frequently, see people get cat beds, but I personally have never had good luck with that. My cats, when I bought my cats, which is a weird way to put it, but when we got our cats, we rescued them. They had like this really sketchy situation they came from. It was a whole story. Whoa, a burglar alarm. I don't think he is one of those, but we will put a fire alarm up the code, which code is in every single room. So I don't know if you guys know that, but one fire alarm in your build is not enough. So I'm going to put one all over. And then I am going to put the fire prevention system in that foyer right there. So I think that will mean that if a fire is in any unit, that the thing will go out. But I guess I haven't tested that. So that's something to test with for rent. And then I also do kind of want one of these. I would like one of these, but I don't know that there's one that's gonna super match the vibes. So perhaps we will have to settle for no. Yeah, we're gonna settle with no dishwashers. So sorry. I know it's probably like, I don't want to deal with it. It doesn't match. I don't like it. We're fine. Everything's fine. But oh, we bought the cats and they were meant to be like defleed and dewormed. We didn't get them from like a shelter. We rescued them from this woman who claimed that the cats had been dropped off at the place that she worked with a sign that said feed them to the lions. And it was like a whole litter of these baby kittens, no mom. And this woman couldn't provide us documentation of like the medical records of the cats. Like, you're meant to have rabies shot records like in the United States of America. I believe in every single state, but I guess I'm not completely sure on that. But you're meant to have it, right? And so we were kind of like, oh, I didn't want to turn organized debug off. I didn't mean to. Hopefully this doesn't mess everything up because I don't really want to restart. Anyways, so they couldn't like provide the medical records that legally they're like, they need to have. So we had to like take them to the vet and get all their shots redone and stuff. But they also told us like, oh, they're defleed and dewormed and also neutered. Because my cats are both boys. They're a bonded pair. They had to go together, which is part of the reason this woman had such a hard time finding anyone to like take them before she found us, because they were a pair and people usually, are resistant to ending up adopting two cats when they only mean to adopt one, and that makes it really problematic when you have a bonded pair of cats that can't be separated. Like, never separate a bonded pair, ever, ever, ever. I will say that, if you are that type of person to be more resistant to buying a pair of cats, I get it. I understand. Don't bite off more than you can chew as an owner, definitely. But also, I think having two cats is better than having one cat, because if they're bonded, there's a certain level of, especially when they're little, if you're buying like kittens, they have a lot of energy. You need to play with your cat. I think a lot of people don't know that like, your cat doesn't like, people have this stereotype about cats as like these super extra solitary creatures who like don't love to be bothered by other people. And while it's definitely true that some cats are built more, solitary and they like their peace and quiet, other cats are really not like that at all. My cats are the clingiest, like, motherfuckers I've ever met. Like, they do not want to be away from me for a second. Literally, Watson is on my lap right now. But when they're young, they also, like, really, really, really need to be played with, because otherwise they're gonna be little terrors. Like, kittens will terrorize your house. And when they are able to play with each other, I think that it helps a lot. They'll groom each other, they'll cuddle, it's very sweet, they keep each other entertained. Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I super enjoy having like a bonded set. Anyways, whole rant aside, they were meant to be defleed and dewormed. They weren't, because I bought my cat a cat bed. I was like 16 when we adopted them, maybe, and I remember spending like the little money that I had for my birthday, because we got them right after my birthday, on like a bunch of like cat stuff, and some of that stuff was like a cat bed. And the first thing, I literally, like, we had to keep them in a separate room because we had an older cat. And when you get a new cat, you want to make sure that they're not sick, and you don't want them to pass on like fleas or, anything like that onto, any other animals in your care. And so we had like a different cat. He was like an elder cat, and so we wanted to be really careful with him. So we had these two kind of quarantined in like a separate part of the house. We had them in this room, especially because they were like little cats. And we also needed like kitten proof the room that they're in. And I put the cat bed in the room that they're staying in. And Sherlock goes and takes a dump on his cat bed that I bought him. It was like a $30 cat bed because America is ridiculous and everything is so overpriced. And I was devastated. But that is how we learned that they were not actually dewormed and defleed, because they had both fleas and worms. This was like day one that we had them. So that was how we found out that they did in fact still had worms, so that we could treat them really quickly. So it's kind of a good thing that it happened. Yeah, it was a good and a bad. I don't know. I don't know if anyone cares about my rambling. It's been a really long time since I've done like a much more rambly, just kind of chatty video. Like, I feel like I've kind of like moved away from that a little bit. Not intentionally, just kind of accidentally ended up just doing less of it and more of like lore videos, which are really like, but yeah, I kind of feel like I incidentally moved away from the more chatty style video. I think my videos are still pretty chatty, but like, I don't know, a less casual video, I guess, less unedited. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like literally making stuff up. Sometimes I think that like maybe my personality is a bit gone lately. I literally have a note that says show more personality, perfection is boring on my monitor to remind me in these videos and when I'm editing that like I don't need to say everything exactly correctly the first time, or, you know, in whatever cut of whatever I say that makes it to the video. This wall still feels really bare. Maybe a shelf, because I feel like wall art is a bit, it'll elevate the apartment too much, but a shelf, you know, if he just put some things on a shelf, like that's just the stuff that he owns, you know? So we're gonna put a shelf in. I think in general though, YouTube is just kind of hard because it's really easy to compare yourself, and like not even really necessarily compare yourself to other people. It's really easy to compare yourself to yourself just because of the nature of the way that like the YouTube studio works. Like, I'm sure you have heard creators talk about this, but when you upload a video, the YouTube studio will rank that video and how well it's doing against your last 10 uploads. And so you can upload and it'll say like, oh, this video is a 1 out of 10. Like, it is the best performing a video has ever performed out of the last 10 videos that you uploaded. Or the worst thing is it can be a 10 out of 10. This is your worst performing video out of the whole last 10 videos that you've uploaded. This one is doing the most dog shit. And when you get a 1 out of 10, like literally like the website will like pop, like confetti will pop up over the page. And when you get a 1 out of 10, it'll be like, and it'll be big bold text, and it'll be like, this video doesn't seem to be doing good. Less people wanted to watch this, and less people watched for as long. And it'll say that in like 5 different places all over the page. Like, it'll over and over kind of like beat it into your head that people did not like that upload. And in that way, I think also it can just be really easy to compare yourself to, you know, how your videos maybe used to perform, or how even your last upload performed over this upload, and then it kind of make it so that you like stray away from making certain kinds of content that maybe you want to make, but like maybe you just know that it's like gonna perform really badly. And it's not even necessarily about like performance. Like, I do this as a hobby for sure, but there is still something that's very like difficult about, even when you do it as a hobby, spending so much time to upload something and then it just completely doing so badly, and then it telling you that it's doing so badly like over and over again. Like, it just doesn't feel nice. Like, as you can imagine, it's not like something that is just super easy for most people to brush off. And, you know, some people have like a superpower about it where they can take that kind of thing so lightly and they don't even think twice, and they're just like, that's just the algorithm being the algorithm. Kudos to those people, because I have yet to learn that skill. I really one day want to, but like right now, the kind of place that I'm currently in. So I'm looking for like cat food. Let me just filter by the right pack because it'll be quicker. But yeah, the current headspace that I'm kind of in, it is super difficult to kind of just brush that stuff off, you know, treat it like no big deal, like whatever. And I think that maybe partially that's kind of why I moved away from the more like chatty builds, just completely by accident. It wasn't even like a conscious choice I made along the way. It was just like I happened to notice that my chatty like Victorians we build didn't do good. Like it did bad, and it gave me that little thing that was like, "Hey, this is like your worst performing video." Blah 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 blah. And after that, I just like happened to not really like make another one. And like I said, it wasn't conscious. I think it was completely just a subconscious thing I did where I was like, oh, people like the lore. And so I felt more inclined to do more videos of lore specifically, which I don't think is bad. Like I love to do lore. I think it's so fun, and I think that it's like the most creative that I've been with The Sims in a really long time was like starting this channel and getting into the lore and stuff. It also like kind of took away some of the stuff that I liked about having this YouTube channel, which was just like coming on here to just kind of talk and just say whatever I wanted. Because also, not to like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was gonna get into like a deep dive on like the psychology of YouTube in this YouTube video. But I think there's also this thing that happens when you gain an audience and suddenly it becomes like kind of scary. Like I am no longer just uploading these to like a couple of people who I know have been like watching for a really long time, which shout out to those people. You know who you are. If you've been here since before I was silly, you are awesome. Shout out to you. You're great. And I hope you're doing okay, all of you, especially, you know, like people who I haven't heard from in a bit. I hope you're doing good. Shout out to you in my YouTube video. Hope that's not like weird to say in the middle of my fucking YouTube video. But when you go from like talking to like mainly just yourself and like maybe a few other people to like now there's like people who like watch and there's like these expectations that they might have of you, it gets a bit intimidating. I don't find it to be bad right now. Like I think that when it first kind of happened, like after July, I really had like a mini freak out moment where I realized that there was just so many people and it was kind of like unexpected that I had a little bit of a little panic. And oh my god, I just like almost stuck that. I want it like over there and I want these up here. But I panicked and I didn't like upload for a while because I had a lot of stuff going on in my life and I was also just like stressed out by just the pressure of like I wanted like whatever I uploaded to be like really good versus like when you're just talking to like yourself and maybe like a few people, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna like upload what I feel like. And that's how like the first lore video even happened, was it was just like what I felt like uploading. I don't know if any of like my YouTube convo is like interesting to anyone else. Oh, why is it floating? What? Or if it's, you know, just kind of like not interesting. I think it's kind of interesting to hear creators talk about, but of course, like, you know, I'm coming from a background of like now being like a small YouTube creator. So of course I think it's interesting because I kind of experienced some of it a little bit. So yeah, sorry if you don't find it interesting. Maybe there's a pillow on the floor like for the cat to sleep on. I know the cat can't sleep on it, but like maybe that's the vibe. Yeah, let's do that. There's like a little pillow here and it's for, quote, the cat, but the cat can't sleep on it because the cat is, you know, a cat in The Sims 4. I don't even know where I started with this whole conversation. I think it was just that I wanted to be more chatty, and so here I am talking your ear off about stuff that you maybe don't even care about. But hey, that's okay. What is my role if not to be some background noise while you play The Sims yourself or do lore in your own game? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I'm here for. That's what I use Sims videos as, is like, you know, side monitor while I work on my own stuff, because I am truly just like neurodivergent and just need to fill my brain with as much like external stimuli as possible. One thing I will say on that though is that I have been lately taking like breaks from my phone, and I have just noticed how completely overstimulating the internet is, and how I'm like kind of like so willingly like overstimulating myself for like hours of a day. Like it's kind of crazy really when you notice it and you recognize that, like, obviously you know that like your phone isn't good for your brain, but then when you really notice that, it's like kind of startling. Like, I took a few days where I was not on my phone at all over the couple days before my birthday, actually. So it was like early March, and on my birthday I went back to using social media because I was like, oh, it's my birthday, I'm not gonna do this like no phone thing on my birthday because, you know, I'm gonna just do whatever I want, it's my freaking birthday. And then I ended up like getting super overstimulated, and like I like opened YouTube and I was like watching stuff, and I was trying to like build in The Sims at the same time and just have like a fun, good time. And it was just so much that I like ended up turning off the YouTube video, turning off The Sims, and going and laying in my bed and just reading because it was just a lot. Ever since that happened, I've kind of been a little bit more conscientious. I've noticed more, kind of when I'm getting stuck in a loop where I am kind of feeling unable to like move on with my day and do, you know, anything else with it. I do want like a bookcase here. This is like my go-to, but maybe we could do like a colorful one. It feels like a bit much, I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe in black could be okay, just to get like a different, so I'm not using the same like 4 items over and over and over again, like endlessly. Especially if we like shove it into the wall a little bit, and it ties into the chairs kind of nice. Okay, I like that. I feel like it really does feel much more homey now. We do get like a pile of dirty laundry, just like one little one for next to this hamper. Or do we do like a box of like shenanigans that he hasn't unpacked? He could be like into chess. It won't fit on anything, but maybe it could fit on this dresser actually. What? Oh, it's because I already placed items. I was like, why doesn't it? But no, that makes sense, I guess, because The Sims is like that. But yeah, I feel like he could be into chess. I don't have any Sims into chess as like a thing, you know, right now at least. So he could totally be, which means we probably should put a freaking chess table in. Once again, upset that it's not just like an object that you can place like a chessboard on the kitchen table, because that would be the most realistic. But unfortunately, it is The Sims, and we cannot just do that. Okay, I cut away because I got summoned by my mother to go with her to pick out paint swatches. So I am back, and we're gonna finish up building really quickly, and then I'm gonna jump into Cass. Also, I got this big philodendron behind me. Look at him, he's so cool. I'm gonna hang him up, I think, like near the window, so he'll be in my background. I'm excited. Okay, so this is kind of where we left off with the apartment. I did add in like a little bit more clutter. I'm sorry, I will be honest. There's a certain level of like decorating that I just cannot do while I'm recording. I don't know, I have to like lock in and be in like a specific zone. So for the very last of the cluttering, I did just kind of zone in for a little bit. But I'm gonna try and do this last shelf, and then, like I said, jump into Cass. Oh, we could put one of these up. This isn't custom content, this is like a kit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do like a little thingy of frames. Let me pick out the best one. Ooh, the city. I don't know who those people are. I don't know them. Oh, it's just Don Lothario being sexy. Okay, I don't know if we need Don Lothario being sexy hanging up, but maybe like that one is okay, just like the city stuff. Not to talk super meta about like YouTube stuff, but I did upload my Inzoi video earlier today, and oh boy, am I bracing myself for the comment section. I think there's a really big problem where I know with uploading this, I'm gonna get like such crap comments because people are literally just gonna see the title and then they're just gonna go and comment something. I do this thing where when I upload a video, I try to, the same day that I upload it, record my next video so that I can just kind of keep moving forward and like looking at the next thing. But I do try and reply to the first like 2 hours of comments that come through before I switch to recording, because usually I upload at like 10 a.m. and then I usually sit down to record at 12, and it's 12:42 right now. So you can kind of get a vibe for where we are at today. I need like one more item. A plant could go really well, but a plant feels too like nice. But yeah, I just think it's an unfortunate thing when you cannot critique a game whatsoever just because you play this other game. Like, it concerns me that the Inzoi community, to my, observation, is kind of taking like a very toxic positivity almost type of stance on the game, where like if anyone says anything negative about it at all, like they'll be attacked, much like how the worst parts of the Sims community operate. Like, that is something that I hate about the Sims community, is when somebody dares to have a negative opinion about the Sims or the Sims 4, and then everybody jumps on them and says, if you don't like it, don't play it, etc. And sorry, my words are jumbled. It's unfortunate to me that seemingly that same attitude is kind of happening with the Inzoi community, because I just don't think that that's a productive way to have conversation. I see a lot of people also arguing that like it's early access, and I think people forget that the point of early access is to critique it so that it gets more fleshed out and finished before the game releases. I feel like I have some sliders in here. I always want like to like rotate the corner. Does that make sense? Like, not the outer corner, but like this one, I want to be able to rotate it, and unfortunately, I feel like there's just no real option to. This is the fun part of cast. Once I have to start putting clothes on this guy, I'm gonna be real upset. I'm gotta say, I do not really love cast the most. I feel like I've said that like 18 times in this video. I am so sorry for repeating myself over and over. I don't know. I have a cast thing. I hate casts, but I also hate when my Sims look bad. And so then I end up spending a ton of time in cast because I want my Sims to look good. And it's like just, the 7th layer of hell, seemingly. I don't really want to bump, but I also want it to be like hook-shaped. Like hook-shaped, but like flat down, if that makes any sense at all. Like, that's probably decent, except for his nose tip. The reference I'm using, his nose is softer, whereas this is like pretty harsh looking. Maybe if I do like a different preset, like this is more kind of what I think I'm wanting there. And then hopefully I can make the nostrils like, see, this isn't right either. Maybe a nose mask will help me. Usually that kind of saves the day and will make the nose look kind of how I want it to look. Oh, not teeth. Faces, skin details. This will usually help kind of facilitate the guy looking how I need him to look. I do have specific nose masks that I could use. Okay, so like this nose mask has different, like this maybe is almost what I want, but I don't know. Maybe like this one, to be honest, is more what I want. Does that look normal on him? Maybe if I pair it with like the right face mask on it, it will kind of come together. He's already an adult. I want him to look older, for sure, for sure. He needs to look his age. But we can add wrinkles, I guess, after the fact as well. I honestly kind of like, oh, this one has wrinkles. Okay, well, I do kind of like this one. The nose, I feel like, just looks a bit weird. It's not quite... Okay, let me look around. Let me see if there's any other noses that I can kind of select to just get the correct vibe. It's hard because I'm trying to balance like it looking soft, because it's not like a harsh pointy nose, but also just the shape. Whenever I manipulate the Sim's face to be kind of the same way, it ends up, because of the game, looking more sharp. Can I help? Stop moving. I really need to get like more columns mod and the mod that makes it so they don't move in cast. I'm so aware. Okay, I just I'm doing my best, and maybe I should leave the game. Okay, wait, this one actually kind of works. Maybe I do like this one. I kind of like this nose. I do feel like it's slightly off, but like I said, we're not exactly recreating him. I do think, though, looking at this photo, he needs to be, like, maybe even more neutral toned. So we will have to do that. I wish there was a category for balding, and it just put all the balding stuff in one category. Like, yeah, actually, wait. This, and pull the whole thing forward so it's more like that. Yeah, I think that's more, yeah, okay, wait, that's what we're looking for. And then maybe we can pull his face just up a little bit. I'm trying to really make him look like unique. I don't want him to look like Tucker at all. But I think I'm succeeding. It's just like making old guy, you know, I feel like sometimes they kind of look the same. That's so mean. I shouldn't say it like that. When we get to make him a cat, that's going to be the most exciting part. I feel like I was in like a flow yesterday, and today maybe things are just working less seamless, just slightly. If there's more cuts, that's why. It's because I'm like being a little bit quieter and taking more time to think. Although I guess it would help me if I got my list of topics. Just so you know, I make a list of things that I can talk about in case I run out of stuff to talk about, but also mainly just so I don't repeat, because I tend to record these over multiple days. And I've recorded before where I have like done a whole recording over like weeks even, and then realized I had to scrap the video because I talk about the same thing twice in the one video. That has definitely happened to me before. So yeah, it's partially just to completely keep track of what I have talked about. The way that his eyes are, it's like I want it to be droopy towards the edge, like kind of how it honestly is. I just want it to look a little nicer than the skin currently looks on him. We may just have to settle though, because oh, we have more eye masks. Oh wait, this is gonna save the day. Oh, this is exactly what I want. Are you kidding? Yeah, I want like literally this one. That's perfect. And it even gives him like some like fake eyelashes, which is good because I just can already tell that the eyelashes that he normally use aren't gonna work on this dude. Let's get rid of his body hair. I don't know. I don't want to look at it and go away. Okay. And then I'm just gonna make him like a more normal, kind of just like regular body type. I don't think he's super like scrawny, but I also don't think he's like muscly by any means. I guess if I'm like already kind of talking about the Inzoi thing, to talk about Inzoi a little bit more, I have been watching like a little bit of gameplay of it, and I have to say, I'm like a rotational player too, and I have yet to see anybody try and experiment with like rotational gameplay with Inzoi, and I would be curious on how that would go, because I am definitely more of like a rotational, more kind of chaotic player, even though I stay playing with the same set of sims for a really long time. When things get boring, like I turn on chaos mode, like I just let them like turn on, you know, free will and turn lifespan on short and just wait until people start dropping like flies. Like I don't know, that's how I kind of play the sims, is like if I'm bored, I'll just kind of like, you know, ensue some chaos. Or I play like heavily with like whims based gameplay, and yeah, I've yet to see anyone really do that. One family, and mainly one Zoe. I've been seeing people say that as well, that it's mainly one character and you're kind of controlling them in more of like a, you're immersed into that one character type of way, which is just not how I play. And so I am curious to kind of see if anybody figures out a more rotational way to play and what that kind of looks like and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Since I opened that can of worms, I guess I could, you know, follow that thread to conclusion. But I will be honest that talking in a bad way about Inzoi in any way, shape, or form really stresses me out. I gotta be honest. Like, crazy, because he looks like the references, but also, like, kind of not at the same time. Whoa, 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 whoa. I hate when it starts editing shenanigans that I'm not telling it to edit. I didn't really want it to edit his face shape. Kind of wanted him to just have, like, way less chin. This will have good. Oh, see, this one's perfect. This one's custom content. Do I just do the custom content one? Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. And then I do think that it will help if I kind of change his skin tone a little bit. Does he look too much like Tucker? What does Tucker look like? Hang on. No, I think I'm being dramatic. I don't think he does. I think he looks fine. Oh my god, that is my cat. Hello, Watson. Holy moly. Where do we get this from? This is like a new hat and I like it. And he's gonna wear it. I kind of like the like no collar thing. Like I have this shirt that has no, like it's got like this round, it's a round button up, but it has no collar. And I'm kind of digging that look right now. I think it looks so cool. This kind of for some reason was reminiscent of that, but maybe I need to find it for sure. I know the new pack might have some stuff that I can use. Ooh, that made him look gay. Okay. Me. I'm not gonna fall into stereotypes. Me. This makes him look gay. It's kind of crazy of me. I could do like an open like shirt moment. That would definitely have a certain vibe to it. I don't know. I'm kind of following. Maybe we do just like this polo. This could be pretty solid. Feels like something he would wear. I think what I picked is like fine. Maybe a different color. Ooh, not business and hobbies, like anything, please. Could do like light and do that whole vibe, but I want him to look like actually somewhat kind of good and not just like completely, you know, bad and weird. And then I do need to give him back some body hair, I think. So let's do some arm hair. That's good. Torso hair. That's good. Back hair, honestly, probably would. As much as it probably is, you know, painful to me. We'll do that. That's fine. There. He looks like a guy now. This one is fine. That's fine. Although maybe he needs different pants. Maybe he needs just like straight up just like basketball pant type moment. This is his sleepwear. I think that's fine. Although I am kind of tempted to do just like a tidy-whitey type of moment with that. And then maybe like a tank top would fit better. You do like this one. I don't like the sweatshirt he had on before. Put the sweatshirt back on. Sweatshirt plus tidy-whities plus sandals. I think that's a vibe. It looks pretty comfy to me. And then party wear. So I got, like I said, I got that plant back there, the philodendron. I have been wanting to start a garden. I bought cilantro. I had done no research. I impulse bought a cilantro plant because I don't know. I kept seeing customers come through and buying like stuff for herb gardens and gardening stuff. And I was like, God, I really want to have a garden. And then especially with like cilantro, I feel like you always like run out of time to eat it all. Like it all goes bad like fairly quickly. I was struggling with like knowing that cilantro is like hard to grow because I think that it requires like a much warmer climate than maybe I have because as you know, I live in the Pacific Northwest and it is like rainy and pretty cold and we're lucky if we get like sun. Like tonight is like a nice sunny day, but like generally it's just kind of like the stereotype of just like torrential downpour all the time, which means that we have like really lovely greenery. Like when you go outside, everything's green, it's beautiful, but it also means that you're just like sad for most of the year. And it's also really hard to grow plants, including houseplants. Like I've struggled with houseplants like that before where, you know, things will say like needs indirect sunlight put like a couple of feet away from the window. And if you put things a couple feet away from the window around here, it's gonna die because it's not gonna get enough sunlight. Like if something says indirect lighting, you best be putting that directly in your windowsill. At least that has been my experience. Yeah, I might just put him in that. I'm using a lot of the new pack though. But yeah, so growing plants, challenging. I committed myself to doing it, and spoiler, I have no clue what I'm doing, and I'm probably gonna kill that cilantro and then be really sad about it. But I was thinking about like other stuff I want to grow, and I want to grow like tomatoes because everyone talks about how much better homegrown tomatoes are versus like the ones that you buy in the store just taste like water. And so then obviously like strawberries is like a, you know, the go-to. Who doesn't like strawberries? So there's also that. Ooh, we could put him in this. Wait, I like this. Let's put him in this, and then let's get him like different pants. I'm also excited because my stepdad is gonna teach me how to do sheetrock later tonight, and I'm so excited, honestly. Like, it sounds so stupid, but no, like genuinely, I am so excited because to my understanding, it's a lot of focus on like making sure that you get it like flat when you do it. And it just sounds like my dream. I don't know. Crafting or making stuff with my hands is like my favorite activity. And I do weirdly really enjoy like manual labor. I find it very gratifying. And to create something with your hands, I think is so cool. And I'm really wanting to learn more like trades and skills like that because it just saves you a bunch of money. And eventually one day I do have a hope to, you know, be able to afford a home. Yeah, I'm dreaming high, dreaming big, guys. I don't know. Ooh, this is such a dad pant. Are you kidding me? With like the striped belt. I wish that these swatches had the striped belt. We might just have to do that. And then this kind of starts to look like too nice. A dad button up, like probably this one. Does that kind of flow? He wears kind of really basic stuff though. Although maybe this is like him in his like tropical vacation vibe because it's like hot weather. I can always come back to it later and then figure it out. And then we can do some of this. I feel like I did pretty good on time on this whole section. Not to toot my own horn, but Cass, for how much I hate it, I feel like I did pretty good. I kind of blew through it, to be honest. Normally I spend hours in here just screaming and crying. I kind of want to do this one that was his formal wear. Maybe it's his swimwear that's off. I do kind of want to... Can I put him in tighty whities? Is that weird? Be honest. I think it would be just... I don't know. You know those guys who are like middle-aged who just give like no fucks and are just like, whatever, I'm gonna take off my pants and I'm gonna jump, you know, into this pool and I don't care that my whole dong is out. Maybe he wants to be a 5-star property owner. I think that's the vibes. And then I think he's romantically reserved. And I think that he is... I want, like... not cringe, idealist, nosy, proper, shady, socially awkward. I give, like, all my sons proper, so I'm trying to avoid giving him the proper trait, because I just give that to everyone. Well, okay, a negative trait. I guess romantically reserved in some contexts could be viewed as a negative. I don't, for the record, think that it is. I think he's a freegan. But I know that in gameplay, it can kind of present some issues. Like, sometimes a negative trait isn't necessarily a trait that's negative in humans, but is negative in, like, terms of just, like, gameplay. So, like, I don't know, for example, like, socially awkward. Like, that's not inherent, like, I'm socially awkward, but I would call it a negative trait because it kind of hinders your ability for your sim to just, like, live through their life, which I think is good to have some challenge there. And then I think he's romantically reserved, a freegan, and he's skeptical. Does that feel like he's, like, not a person? Am I making him too much, like, a specific type of way? Shady. I don't have enough, like, evil sims in my save. I don't know. Is that mean? If he's, like, this feels like he's just a caricature of a guy. I do like romantically reserved. Maybe not freegan. Maybe he's shady. And then also, there's a positive thing about him. He could be... Oh, a cat lover. Duh. He loves cats. Okay. And then, I don't know his name. I'm just gonna, like, randomize Jarvis Johnson. I'm just gonna randomize a name, and then I'm gonna save him. so that we can come back and make his cat another day. Okay, I am back. We're gonna start by just starting on making this guy a cat because I desperately think he needs a little baby kitten, although I don't actually want a kitten. I want like a normal adult cat. And I was thinking for him, I don't know what kind of cat. Like, I could see him having like a really sleek, kind of playful cat, but it would almost be like funny if it was like some dumb orange tabby. And that is the cat that he's like, oh, I love this cat so much. You know what I mean? So I think I might just randomize until we get like a good base. Oh, this cat is perfect. Like a big, fluffy tabby. And then let me go ahead. Can I edit you, please? I feel like I need like more animal genetics in my game. I don't know. The EA thing just doesn't look completely 100% accurate. I'm also tempted to kind of tone down his orange color a tad to make him look a little bit more realistic. But I think I might have to do that through like paint, and I've never done paint mode before. Confession, I've never played around in paint mode. I'm a little afraid of paint mode, if I'm being honest, but I feel like an orange tabby is more like beige than this color. But I don't know. I try and balance like, The Sims 4 and its realism with like more just like chillin' type stuff. But I'm worried I'm gonna like mess this all up if I try and paint him. Did what I even just said make any sense? I'm trying to balance like realism with like the cartoonish, vibrant look of the game because I think that I do like Maxis Mix as just that's kind of how I prefer my game to be. So I try to do that with animals too, but it's really hard. I never got into making animals in this way. Also, I'm sorry if my hair looks disastrous. I don't know. I am kind of at a loss, if I'm being really honest, about like what to do with it because it's really bones. What? Robot patches? What is happening? I just want like some stripes, but I want them to be like really diffused, like they would be on like a long hair. And unfortunately, I don't really feel like we have that, except for maybe here. Maybe no stencil. Maybe I just do a brush really big. Yeah, kind of all over him, and then I just make my own color up. But yeah, like I said, I am in this predicament with my hair where it's just like not completely what I'm super like wanting it to be. It's kind of curly. Curly's the wrong word. I don't want to get crucified by like the curly girlies being like, you're not curly. I know I'm not curly. I mean like wait, like it has like it dries with like the inner pieces get all like weird, but then the top pieces are stick straight. And I don't know what I'm meant to do with that. I don't know what my hair thinks is going on here, but clearly it thinks too highly of my capability to style it because I don't know. And so this is what we're working with today is I put it half up and yeah, that's what we're gonna go with just because otherwise I literally don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna try and like custom paint this guy. This is a little bit scary to me, but I believe in myself. So I'm gonna go like a little bit darker and like a little bit more vibrant. Yeah, like this kind of a color. And I'm gonna do, this is gonna sound weird, but just like some shading. So places where his hair would be darker would be like potentially on like his pads, but potentially also lighter there. Same with like above. Hang on, actually, I'm a liar. We're gonna do lighter first because I think I'll have an easier time with it. Not completely like white though. Still want it to be like pretty beige, all things considered. I'm so scared. I like don't know any of the techniques or like how to do this. Okay. I'm gonna stop being afraid. We're just gonna go for it. It's fine. Everything is fine. I am gonna ask for like a way smaller brush. And I'm just gonna get like his very little chin. Just to start. And then also, should he have little mittens, little white paws? I think so. So we're gonna color his little paws white. And then that would translate to also his under his paws. And on each edge. Oh, this is crazy. This is the first time I've ever played around with any of this. And then he also would probably have white little feet as well. And it would extend probably all the way to about there, I believe. And then, would he have a white tip of his tail? Because some of them have like, don't they have like a white little section down here? Am I making that up? Hang on, let me Google. Okay, so I think that means I need to go in with an even brighter white. I think we didn't commit to the white nearly enough, so I'm gonna go through. I'm just gonna commit to it like a little bit more because it looks like in these photos, like it's like a really stark white. I'm missing the top of his little feet. There we go. And then it does look like there's like a lighter moment right on the tip of his fur, of his tail. So I'm just gonna do like literally one of these, and like that's probably it. And then this cat has like a whiter chest region, so it's almost like got this like little shape to it, so we can kind of use like that tool. Maybe like if I sit him up, it might be a little bit easier. Oh yeah, there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then I did forget to whiten up his chin a little bit more. It's interesting to like go around the like little, I don't know, like weird mesh things happening here. I don't fully understand, but you know what? We're just doing our best. This is once again my first time ever actually playing around extensively in paint edit mode. I am normally very much the type of person to be like not doing this. I'll edit like and add like a couple of dots onto the animal kind of vibe, not the type of person who's like, oh, let me go and like custom make a cat. However, I do think that he needs to have white come in from like there. I know it looks like real crazy right now. Just believe in me. Just a little bit more. Okay, so it needs to be just slightly thinner, I think. So then I wish there was a way to like, oh, you can eyedrop. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. I think I'm a genius, actually. And perhaps I need to work on making cats this way more often because look at how cool I am. Up and like out maybe a little bit more. Perhaps it's a little bit too much, so then we can go back in with our eyedropper tool and go in a little bit more. Perfect. Oh my god, wait. He looks amazing so far. I haven't even gotten to texturizing the orange. I'm kind of the best. Do I give him like a white little nose too to match his like white chin? Or is that like asking for trouble? It might be asking for trouble, but we're gonna see what I can do. Hopefully, maybe I can even make it a little bit asymmetrical, like this. And hear me out, okay? Everything's fine. We're gonna get to the point where we make this a little bit more sensical. I'm gonna fill all this in. I bet you didn't think that I would be like learning how to custom color animals today. You weren't here for an art project probably, but this is what you've gotten into by clicking on one of my videos. So here we are. And then that kind of almost lends itself to like the white extending down through here, no? So let's do that, and we'll do some of this, kind of diffuse out some of these edges, maybe rotate it a little bit. There we are. I'm gonna make that ad block. No, I was looking at this cat. Oh my god, and it refreshed my website. Okay, whatever. I don't need the reference anymore. I'm good. I'm just gonna be a genius about this. I was saying about my hair. I don't know like what to do with it. If anyone has any suggestions for what I should try out, I've been trying like loads of stuff. Like I tried putting mousse in it, and then that was kind of bad just because like it was in the Inzoi video and it looked like I was super greasy, which was, you know, not the goal, but it is ultimately what kind of ended up happening, unfortunately. And now I know that you should not put mousse on your roots. I still don't know like how to go about getting it to like sit nicely. A lot of people in my life like it longer, and I like it longer too, just for the practicality of like I can put it away. When you have short hair, you can't, like, you have to go and style it every single day of your life. And that does get real tiring real fast, let me tell you. So I've been enjoying the, like, moment of having a little bit of longer hair. But yeah, it's kind of a lot, honestly, to, like, have to figure out my hair texture and what it's doing. Because I, frankly, don't understand at any given moment. This is gonna seem like really weird, but I'm like trying to just like blend the ears like nicely, if that makes any freaking sense. I'm just trying to make them like feel a little bit more seamless. Okay, he looks pretty good, doesn't he? Does he look like realistic, or does he obviously looks cartoony, but like so far so good, right? Like I just need to like work a little bit more on like other stuff. So here, let me actually work on this, and I'm gonna go like slightly grayer, I think, some of this area on his belly, so his whole like underside will be pretty light, and it's gonna be, like I said, grayer than the rest of the cat. And then we're going to move back over into that white category as we connect up through here. And then I almost want to add in like a touch of like pink. Call me crazy, but like, I don't know if that's helping or hurting me. Hang on. Adding to the realism or not, I literally could not tell you. I mean, that's pretty good. I think it works. I don't know what's going on with like that area right there. That's just his fur. Okay, that's fine. And then I think we really just need to work on his color through here, which needs a little bit of like a lighter color, I would say, throughout, and then also like a low light. So this is gonna be the hard part, I think. And I feel like we should be able to utilize some brushes in this process pretty nicely. So this is gonna be a work in progress, so don't judge me. We're just doing what we can with what we got. And then I'm gonna select this color, and then I'm gonna go a little bit darker, and with that same brush I'm gonna go over him again. This might seem kind of counterintuitive, but I think it's just gonna give some depth to his fur texture. Maybe I go even darker. Maybe that is my issue. Yeah, I think that's my issue. Okay, wait. So stand back up. Thank you, thank you. And then through there, through all through here. And then I'm gonna turn it this way a little bit and do some through there. Okay, I feel like that's doing more of something. I hope. And yeah, it is. I can see it. I can see it. I see the difference. Maybe I should have done the lowlights first, because I almost feel like I need to go back in with these highlights. And then I do suppose also there's like the tail and stuff. So let me grab the darker tone that we're using again. Okay, I think that that's pretty good. I don't know if you can even tell like a difference. I'm kind of tempted to do like a side by side moment because I feel like I did nothing. Right, let's do some of that. This is a little bit scary, but I think if I just do kind of the same thing where I just add in like some of these like darker, and then I contrast it with some lighter ones, I think it'll be good. So then I'm gonna pull like that color. Ooh, maybe even lighter than that color. Even lighter than that color. I really do want him to look like an orangey. One is a little bit harder, I feel, but maybe I did it. Wait, I think I'm a genius, actually. Like, I think I'm really good at this. Okay, I think this is his cat. I think that is all that I'm gonna kind of mess with in terms of his color. We love the cat. We love him. He needs a name. Also, I don't think that he would be... He's just a stupid orangey. Clever, free spirit. Okay, no. I think he's affectionate, fluffy, and spoiled. Yep. Is it a boy? It's a girl. Okay, we're gonna do a male. Orange male. Or maybe it is a girl. An orange tabby. Female tabby. I know those are a bit rarer, but I've had orange tabbies before that are females. It's not like a calico where it's like pretty impossible to have a male calico. You can have a female tabby for sure. Okay, so a guy and his cat. I need names. This is the hardest part. Okay, I'm deciding that her name is gonna be Miss Marmalade. Am I spelling that right? I think so. Let me double check because I'm kind of known for not being a very good speller or pronunciator or anything. Okay, I think that's right. So we are done with them. And oh, he needs a name. I forgot about that part. Okay. Arguably more important than her having a name is probably him having a name, which is always a thing. Okay, I'm gonna name him Kim, and then he's gonna remind me of Disco Elysium. And then for last name, I guess I need to look up that too. Okay, wait. So his first name is Kim. Okay, I found a name. We're gonna go for Sokol. It is a occupational name for a falconer, or it said like nickname for somebody who looks like a falcon, which feels a little bit mean, especially if you have like a hooked nose and then people start calling you like a bird. That's kind of mean, but I like the name. I feel like Kim Sokol sounds good. We are gonna do that, and then Miss Marmalade and Kim are going to move in to the apartment, which it's not a residential lot right this second. So we're gonna have to... I don't really want to build with it being a residential rental though, because that is a nightmare. So I think I'll have to temporarily change it and then kick them out and then put them back when I'm done furnishing the other two apartments, if that makes any sense. Because I think otherwise it's just going to be too much of a nightmare for me to deal with. I'm going to love myself and not subject myself to that. Move him in. And I'm thinking for lore for him, I honestly don't have many ideas, if I'm being completely honest. I know that he... Ooh, I need cheats. Let's do free bb dot enable free build. Is that it? Yes, it is. I'm a genius. No, that's not. That's not right. It's free real estate on. Okay, and then I'm gonna move him in right there. There was a weird, like, green cloud. Did you see that? I'm thinking for photos, there's not a whole lot of photos I'm immediately coming up with. I could do him and the cat, or like cute photos of the cat could totally make sense because he is, in my estimation, in love with his cat. I don't know. I'm losing the plot today a little bit. Okay, guys, I don't know what to say. Okay, look at this beautiful animal. I did so good. If I can toot my own horn, I did pretty amazing. And then, yeah, we can do fun photos with the cat. So maybe some photos with Tucker, since their whole thing is that he's meant to be like kind of in a frenemy relationship with Tucker, who owns that business over there. I do also, can you like test this for me? Can you take a shower? Can you use the toilet? And can you wash your hands? I just want to make sure everything in there works. That's the thing that I forgot to do, was play test all this. So he can shower. Epic. You don't need to, so you can get out. Can you use the toilet? Okay, well, he can... I never see men Sims do that. Interesting. Okay, and he can wash his hands, so we're good. He can use the entire kitchen. How amazing. And then look at the cat. I love this cat. I actually love Miss Marmalade so much. We have to get some poses, so I'm gonna save and quit really quick because we're gonna have to relaunch our game to get poses anyways. And I'm gonna go on the Sims 4 poses Tumblr, and we're gonna look for some poses together, okay? Okay, wait. While I'm here, we should open up the bromance section because I think that will be, you know, essential. And I'm trying to just find... Oh, pets. Perfect. So cat and sim. That's exactly what we want, is this category here. And we're just going to scroll through and see if we can find any good... Like, these, honestly, are perfect. This is exactly what we want. I'm also just kind of scrolling through, looking for any, like, cat selfie poses, since I feel like that's a little bit more realistic for him than somebody else taking this photo of him with his cat, because I think that he would only really be, like, kind of lovey with his cat if, like, no one else was around type vibe. Be, like, asking for too much from the pose makers. So we're gonna just see what I find. Could also search cat phone and see if anything good comes up there that's a little bit more specific. Okay, let's do cat cell, because it looks like they might tag the phone as cell. Okay, that did even less. Right. Only the two. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go with just the meow meow one. This one is fine. It's okay. It'll work. And then bromance is the other category that we were gonna go in. Okay, immediately, this pose? Are you kidding me? I don't know where in the save they will be doing this with the couch, because both of their couches, I believe, are against walls, so neither of their homes. But we're gonna incorporate this. We have to. Ooh, we could do some, like, younger photos of them with, like, a group of guys. Like, ooh, okay, wait, I like this idea. Okay, so far, they are having more of a bromance than a frenemy type moment. And the more I think about it, the more I'm, like, not super sure what the frenemy thing is over. I really need to figure that out, I think, to get to the juicy part of the lore. I just don't know what that would be, and what photo evidence would we have of that, or would it be non-photo evidence? It would probably be, like, something that's more written, like written letters. Okay, I'm back in the game. I put all the poses and stuff that we're gonna need in the game, so we're ready to just kind of start taking photos. I also changed my shirt because it was very hot in here, so now I'm in a short sleeve. Anyways, I think first we're gonna do some photos of Miss Marmalade. Oh my god, look at this cat. I love animals in this game. I, like, don't like playing with them, but I like them in concept. But yeah, I just have a hard time when I have animals in my families. They're difficult to just remember to take care of. I don't know. That's like really mean of me. I have two real life animals. I don't need two little fake animals to take care of, you know. Well, I guess this is just one animal, but still. So I'm gonna put a sim teleporter there. And then I want to put the camera in this same room. If I can find it. There it is. And oh, there's already one. Did I delete the floor? What is going on here? What did I do? Hello? Build floor. Build floor. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I'm at a loss for words. I have no clue what that is. Interesting. Well, I guess I'm gonna try loading back in and hope that it's better, because that's not good or what's meant to happen. I fear we are still on a loading screen, which I just saved and exited, so, you know, if things are broken, it's like not really that bad of a thing, and maybe even that might be the safe thing to do at this point so that nothing corrupted like ends up hanging out in my save. So we are gonna Control delete. I'm relaunching my game now. Hopefully that's gonna fix the issues. I don't know. This game is just not the best, you know? As we all know, The Sims is kind of on its last legs. It's struggling. It can't really keep up, which is unfortunate, but I am kind of just working with what I have at this point. I'm far enough into this project that I'm like, I can't give up on it now, despite all the save file issues, so we're just gonna keep trudging through, unfortunately. And I'm also gonna do a save as and make a copy, since that just happened. You know, anything kind of sketchy happens every so often, I make a copy of the save so that if I run into a big problem, I have like tons of backups. I think I have like 50 versions of this one save in just various forms of completeness. So yeah, I'm gonna go save as, and then we're gonna do add new save, 69, I don't know. I just call it random stuff, which probably isn't the best naming scheme, but look, I'm not a disorganized Sims lore save file YouTuber, I just am here. If you wanted organized, I think at this point you probably would have gone and watched someone else. Hopefully the floor isn't gonna randomly disappear. I don't think I deleted that floor. I think that was a glitch. But I'm gonna have to review my footage to check the teleporter down. Honestly, that threw me off so much, I don't know what I've already said. I had some ideas for Tucker and Kim when they were younger, and if they would have been friends when they were younger. I think they would have been like growing up best friends, hung out all the time. I don't know if they have been friends since like they were kids, but like teenagers per se. I can't find the teleporter. Okay, let's try searching it again. And one more time for the camera as well. I will try my best to not delete anything this time. This is a full control camera. I think that is what I was saying before, which means that you can kind of move around freely. But I always forget that when I take these photos. I'll show you what it means now, since I can, and I remember that it's there. So we're looking for Rubuk's cat poses. They're right towards the top. Let's do something kind of cute. Let's do butt lick blep. So if I just stop posing, oh, he does the next one. Oh my god. This mod is a genius. Okay. There's this. I don't think that's a really great angle. Let's do stop posing. There's that. Let's see the jump down. I don't know why he would be taking a photo of that. Okay, let's do the butt licking one. That one was kind of, I don't know. I would take a photo of my cat if he was sitting funny and then happened to look up and he's stuck like that. Like, I would definitely take that photo. Are you kidding? See how that goes. So stop posing. We'll do a photo like this, which means that we can take photo. And this is a full control camera, so if I control tab, I should be able to freely move around, or so everyone tells me. Okay, we're gonna have to just move with like this slider, and I think, oh my god, that's like perfect. Wait, or we could do more of like this angle, more like upward. Yeah. And then maybe it's like a phone photo that he got printed. Okay, I think that's good. Those are some good photos. I don't know. Okay, full control thing, I'm gonna be real, I don't fully get it. I don't feel like it actually is a full control. I've heard that it might be broken, so maybe like that's what's going on. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm gonna do a teleporter there because we are just gonna summon a sim to come take the photo. So with MC Command Center, I can do that. So if I click on the mailbox, sim/npc household cheats, then summon sim. I think they kind of changed things around a little bit. So then we should be able to scroll through and find Tucker. If I scroll down to the T's, Tucker Dryer, and he's gonna come and appear on the lot, hopefully. Keyword is hopefully. There he is. Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna teleport Tucker up here just so he's like around. He's flirty. Just in time to come see his like his bromance. Oh no. Now this is all glitched. Okay, let's reset him. Okay, let's I did this the cheaty way and I should have just done it the legit way because now things are breaking. Oh my god. This is why, like, this game, truly a feat that I have done this much with it because, okay, now we're gonna try loading back in. That took a criminally long time. I cut some of that loading screen out because I just, like, I don't know, you guys don't like watching loading screens when you have to play it in your own game. I figure you probably don't like watching a video of a loading screen. Just know, I want to make it really clear that normally I do cut this kind of thing out of my videos. Not because I'm trying to make the game look better or anything like that, but just purely because of like time and the video being enjoyable to watch. And then I have this like cat post pack, I forget what it's called, and it has human meow meow, this one. So this is, we're gonna do cat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forget what the poses are, so we're just gonna have to go through them and kind of see what we like the best. Execute heist. This means he's a burglar? Okay, that's not what I meant when I gave him the shady trait. I meant like he maybe like shortchanged tenants on stuff. That's crazy. Okay, I mean, well, an accident, but like, that's fine. Is that fine? Do I need to change his trait? Should I change it back to freegan? I don't have any real criminals in this save though. And I feel like a criminal could be fun. I don't know. I like the realism of everyone having like a legit like house and like place and like whole story. But I just feel like there's so many gaps in the world, which is crazy because it's the biggest world. Okay, I like this one. Oh, Tucker, why do you look sad? Can you go over there? So you're not in my photo? He's trying to photobomb. Okay, and then take photo, please. And the photo is going to be taken by Tucker. And then I do want us to be a little bit taller. Like we're on eye level with him. Cute. I love them. They're so adorable. Wait. Okay, I just want to see the rest of the poses, just in case there's one that's like better. I don't know. That spot doesn't really work for sitting on the ground, and the rest of these are gonna be sitting on the ground. Okay, those are all adorable. I think we got what we need though. Tucker, do you have these photos? He does. Oh my god, what if the photo is in the convenience store of him with the cat? Like he has a framed photo of him and his cat behind the desk at the convenience store. Like you imagine you go to the convenience store, you walk up, you go, "Hello, sir. I would like to buy this Dr. Pepper." And then you look behind and there's just him and his cat. That would be the best day of my life, I think. So let's put it there. I think that's a good solid spot for it. But I think that might actually just be fine. So we'll do that. And then his photos of the cat, we could also put like, ooh, we can put on like your bedside. Add frame blue. Oh, interesting. Okay, wait. Maybe instead of a tissue box, it's just the framed photo of the cat. If I can get it to... Oh, it really wants to magnet to things in a way that I just wish it, like, wouldn't. But I guess I could just move that. Honestly, I'm gonna change this frame to black. Okay, that's cute. He's got a photo of his cat. He's got all these extras. I wanted to get photos of him and Tucker. Tuck. I keep calling him Tucker. He goes by Tuck. The buddies on the couch one. But that's hard because no one has an open back couch, and it kind of requires an open back couch. So I fear that these photos might be better off taken in like Tucker's upstairs apartment that I have not built yet. And I honestly, this long play is too long for that. So we might just have to skip that today. But I feel bad because I want it to be like a conclusive kind of lore start to finish type of video. But you know what we can do right now is we can do young them photos. So I am going to save and go to manage worlds, and then I'm going to make a young version of Kim so that we can do young version of Tucker and Kim having a good time together. That made it sound like they're making love. They're not, although they could be. Okay, so we have Kim in here with Tucker and Hua. And I'm gonna delete Miss Marmalade. I'm so sorry, Miss Marmalade, but we do not need a young version of you. I think I'm gonna keep Joel in here because maybe he's alive and took some of these photos. I'm not really sure. We're also keeping Hua because she also could have totally taken some of these photos. And then young Kim. Okay, this is the fun part. I love making young versions of my Sims so much. I think it's so fun. So young adult. And then we're gonna get rid of his hat. And then we're gonna make his hair like actually dark and less male pattern baldness-y. Maybe just like swept back? Or maybe parted. Like this. I can't remember if I have any other Sims who have that style. You could do like this. The back is a little bit... I wanted to say new age, which made it sound like it was spiritual. A bit contemporary. Let's see, are there any of these? I like to make their eyes just slightly bigger when they're younger. I don't know. It helps, okay? It just helps. And then, what would he be wearing? It is 80s, but I feel like he still has like a very kind of straight-laced style. So maybe I need to reference some more 80s outfits. You know, it's crazy. It's like a storm is on the way. It's so nice out there, but apparently like a gigantic storm is like coming this way. I don't know. Oh, and you know what? I didn't fix my audio. I'm sorry that you guys haven't heard the game this whole time. I just fixed it for you. Now you can hear the game. You're welcome. Okay. I think our best bet is just gonna be plain crew neck sweatshirt, jeans. I feel like he's really straight-laced. He would probably wear that. Something like this, but solid. Oh, he could wear a turtleneck. That might be giving a little Steve Jobs, though. Let me find like a good pair of jeans, and we'll go from there. Because if he looks a little Steve Jobsy, I can pick a different color of that. Okay, maybe like these ones. We could do like a light wash. I know it doesn't have a belt, but I don't know. We make do. So what thoughts, opinions? I know he doesn't look very 80s, but at the same time, I think that he it's important that he looks more him than he looks 80s, because I don't think he would be the type of person to be super into the American fashion thing. I think that he would have like just kind of immigrated to the States with his family. I imagine he has like maybe a single mom or something at this point in time, and then they moved to the US together, and like now currently in the save his mom is dead. Oh my god. I always make tragic lore. I don't know. Okay, we'll do this, and I know she has like under eye circles, and she also has the EA. We'll fix it, don't worry. We'll do this, and then we'll make her a little bit more like this. Change her eyebrows up. Like that. And I think that his mom would be blonde. Yeah, like maybe this blonde. And then I'm just gonna pick a different hair, I think. Okay, so I am gonna make her lips a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner. And then I think her nose, I'm gonna move just down slightly. And then I'm gonna put a different face overlay on her. I don't know if she's keeping this hair. Hang on, let me take the hair off. It's kind of a lot. So her son had this one. I think that this one looks really nice on her, actually. So she's gonna have a different one, and then we're gonna put some eyelashes on her really quickly. If I can find them, there they are. She must be wearing jewelry. Here, girl, take those rings off. Oh, she's got a rack. Okay. I didn't see that when I randomized her. Right. And then she's blonde. We're gonna do pretty light eyebrows. I'm just gonna pick one that has like the same color hair as her. You know, people are mowing, and I'm getting notifications on my phone that this storm is about to start any second. So people are gonna be highly distraught when they realize they're 2 minutes into mowing and then they have to stop because their brain. Her ears are a little bit more pointy, and then we will look for, I kind of want her to have less Cupid's bow though. Let's find different lips for her with less Cupid's bow happening. Like probably turn them like that, do this. She's got little teeth poking out. That's cute. I like her. Okay, and then we just need to find her a good hair. Probably just something kind of simple. Oh, and we also need to put wrinkles on her so she looks, you know, a little bit older, a little bit more her age. I don't know what's in the new pack. Let's see what is in the new pack just to kind of get a vibe check. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's gonna look more like a mom who's just like tired. And she's gonna be older, but like not that old. You get what I mean in these photos? We'll have to make like a much older version of her to be passed away. I always do this, but I do need more Sims for my graveyard, okay? So any excuse. And also it makes for a more interesting video. But there we go. This is more what I want, is like some subtle lines right there. Okay, perfect. She is exactly what I want her to be. Okay, and then I think her name is gonna be Ahlinoa. Aliona. I think it's Aliona from the pronunciation. It says AH-LEO-NA. Aliona. And it is a feminine name. It's a Slavic name, and it is derivative of either Helena or the diminutive form of Magdalena. I'm not saying that right. Hang on. Let me really try. Magdalena. Magdalena. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I'm really trying. I super promise. I know that you guys correct me on my pronunciation a lot of the time. I am sorry that I'm bad at pronunciating things. But it is unfortunately just kind of a part of, oh, I didn't expect it to have teddy bears. Anyway, sorry, I thought it was a plain swatch. Yeah, I'm not good at pronunciation, and I try my very best to learn and to do good. As you can tell, you know, I don't do 100% accurate most of the time. I will say that, like, it is generally usually unhelpful when you guys correct my pronunciation in the comments, because it does not help me to better understand like what I'm meant to say when you just spell it out like that. My brain just doesn't work like that. I don't know how else to describe it to you. Works is like actually listening to somebody say it. But the issue is when you Google how to pronounce something, a lot of things will come up that will be, you know, other incorrect pronunciations or different pronunciations for, like, you know, in a different dialect, or, you know, just a robot saying it, so it's wrong. Okay, and then I think this is what she's going to be wearing for her outfit. It's going to be like a summer day type vibe because of the open toes and the skirt. That's what I'm going with. Oh, you know what I do want to do? I want to take off his body hair. It's a bit much for like a young adult. We'll just give him like a little bit. Okay, the storm has rolled in very rapidly, and there's some thunder and some lightning, so I'm going to stop recording for today because I'm going to shut my PC down just in case there's power outage. Okay, so I'm back, and I have set everything up so that we should be able to take some lore photos and get kind of wrapped up with this long play. So also, I figured out why Tucker and Kim are frenemies to begin with. So my whole idea is that Tucker is keeping a secret connect that he has away from Kim. So I kind of was like wanting it to be this kind of business rivalry, but I couldn't come up with a reason why a speakeasy slash laundromat would have competition with a corner store. But then I was thinking about, like, what if this speakeasy sells like a specific local type of alcohol that only Tucker really has access to sell? Like, he has a direct connect with that sim who's making that alcohol. Kim wants to sell it in his corner store and asked Tucker, like, hey, can you put in a good word for me? And Tucker was like, no, because that'll decrease our sales. And that's where kind of the frenemy stuff comes from. I don't know if that's like actually like good or not, but that's what we're gonna go with. This is Tucker's apartment upstairs. This is where he lives when he's not, you know, sleeping in his garage at home. It's a little bit of a bachelor pad, but I think it'll be perfect for those photos that I want to take of them on this couch with the beer. I think that that is going to be just fantastic. I'm extremely excited about this. So I'm going to get a sim teleporter destination. We're going to put 2 of them there, and I think I need to go and give them both the beer bottles. But first we're just gonna test it out just to make sure it like works and is in my game and stuff before I get too deep into this and then get all disappointed, because I might need to move some stuff around in the background. So let's pose by pack, and then let's do, I forget what it was called already. It's been a couple days. Things have been a little chaotic. It's this I need a break pose pack. So I don't know if he's the one sitting or standing here. I'm just gonna go ahead and like cue all of them because I'm really curious to look at them. I know that I have to give them the accessories and casts and stuff, but I just want to see what it looks like. So then we're gonna have him. So yeah, I don't know how realistic that like little piece of lore would maybe necessarily be. Okay, it looks like I need to slide them a little bit further back. And this looks like Kim is comforting him, which I think is a good dynamic. I think that that is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to do cast full edit mode just in case I need to edit something a little bit more in detail. And we're going to jump into cast really quick. I know, I'm sorry. Lots of cast, lots of setup, and not a lot of photos. That's how these things go. Once again, yeah, what I was saying before, I don't know if it's super realistic or not, but that's what I'm going to go with. And I think that the connect that Tuck has is the Boudreaux family, because the Boudreaux family, I think, used to make brews in their basement during the Prohibition. I have a secret basement on the lot in the park lot, the like historic Boudreaux mansion. Hydrangea Bend is what I called it. And so I think that that plays along really well, that maybe they own like this historic kind of brewing company, and they have this specific partnership with Tucker's family. So Tucker's family is kind of intimately intertwined with the Boudreaux, which I find very interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into build mode, pull out the sim teleporters again, and also the camera. So a little bit further back. I think I placed this off the grid is what happened. So I honestly feel like it needs to be like there. I'm just kind of guessing. We'll see how it goes. And then a camera. How this photo was taken, I don't know. Don't ask me. I have no idea. Maybe it's one of the kids. I wonder if I can summon one of those sims. I don't have a mailbox on this lot, really? Did one spawn in? So MC cheats, and then sim/NPC, summon sim, list all sims. It's Leslie Dreyer Lee, but I just had a feeling I would not be able to remember how to spell exactly her name. So yeah, here. We'll have Leslie be the one who took the photo. So she should be here spawning into the lot like any second. Oh, Miss Marmalade is outside. Look at how cute Miss Marmalade is. I love that cat. Okay, there she is. She took her damn time. Okay, and then, wait, what did it say over her head? It didn't say anything. Okay, add to family. So now she can take the photo. I hope that things aren't breaking in my game. Lately, things have been a little bit wonk, and I genuinely cannot tell if it's like save file corruption or not. It seems like it's across the board happened to all of my saves like overnight. Like literally, I was having no problems with the game, and then after the beginning of April, I've just had immense troubles with the game for like no reason. And it's not anything that I think is game corruption, but I can't really tell. I don't know. So if that is game corruption, I don't know. Let me know or don't. Maybe I don't need to know about it if it's happening. I'm gonna try and reload Anna and see if that helps us at all, because yeah, this is spooking me. And like I said, it seems like a very sudden shift. Like I didn't update my game. I haven't added any mods. Okay, she is back. So I'm gonna assume that that was just like me cheating and that's what caused that, and not any issue with the game. Which, yeah, it's hard to differentiate sometimes, because some of the save file issues that we're running into, the symptoms are just like normal glitches that exist in the game already, or normal things that happen when you use a lot of mods. And I've gotten a lot of comments trying to help me with some of like the preventative measures with the save file stuff. I appreciate the effort. My opinion of it is kind of like, if my save file is gonna be corrupted, then like it's gonna be that way. I've gotten so much progress on this save done. I can't just like abandon it now or like change direction now. Like I really want to see it through and like its full potential vision. But I feel like I kind of have to just like see this vision through to the end. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I'm also somewhat hoping that the issue is just going to be fixed by the time the save file is released. That is an incredibly unlikely optimistic POV though. And then let me actually change the outfit so that I can see if it's like even the right accessory, or if it's just going to look super weird on him. Wait, what? Oh, annoying. Uh-oh. Hello? Oh my goodness. I don't have the energy for this today, I fear. I just... Really? Okay, well, there goes The Sims 4. Let me relaunch the game. I'll be right back. I'll set all that back up. I won't walk you through it again. Okay, I have reset everything up, and next I'm going to change their outfits beforehand. Tucker is already in his, but I'm just gonna have him manually change his outfit to the right one, which is a party wear. And they both are holding their beer, right? Go ahead, change. There you go. Took him a second. All right, now we can teleport them both over here. Kim and Tuck. There we go. And then put them into place. I forgot what I was even saying. That took a second to kind of reset up. I completely forget what I was even talking about, but we're gonna okay, and then now, okay, I don't think I want to do this pose. Let's see what the next one is. Let's do the next one where they're like conversing and having like a cute moment. Okay, I like this. I'm gonna have Leslie be the one who takes the photo. And we are far enough zoomed back. I mean, they're in love. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's meant to be a frenemies thing. I fear I've turned it gay by accident. That wasn't necessarily my intention, but I'm not, like, mad about it. I just, yeah, they are in love, I fear. I mean, they're looking forlorningly at each other. Like, come on, they're in love. You can't convince me otherwise. Like, what the heck is this? I'm gonna take a photo of them like this. I think it's really cute. Fully. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, please don't crash on me after I set this up like twice. Yeah, the way that Tucker is looking at him, like, I don't want someone to look at me like that. Okay, and then what are the last few poses? Oh, they get even gayer about it. Interesting. I didn't even realize. Okay, that one is funny. I'm gonna do one of these as well. Take this photo. It keeps taking a second. Okay, there we go. I'm like, it makes me afraid every single time. I think I also want to do like a vertical crop of this one. Could be good. Okay, yeah, those are the photos. I adore them, I think. Okay, so if you're wondering how these turned out, this is these two, and I think that this one really turned out so amazing. This one too, but I don't know. That one I think is really cute. There's also this variation of this one. It's essentially like the same photo. I don't know. I feel like this much more looks like a photo that would exist in the save file, whereas this is like, I don't know that Leslie would have taken this photo. Maybe she would have. And then this is the photo of Miss Marmalade. So I think that the photos turned out really good. And I think, yeah, lore successful. I'm going to put them back where they go. I think that in the future, I'm going to do photos of them when they're younger. And then I also need to figure out the best way to incorporate that lore about the beer company. I think the Bedros are going to own the beer company. So maybe that's lore I'll get to when we do more Bedro lore. And if you do want more of me talking, I did a long play where I built the entirety of the laundromat, and you could go watch that right now if you wanted. Anyways, thank you for watching.